12 flowers that grow themselves. Self-seeding perennials for effortless beauty all year. Hello dreamers, creators, and lovers of cozy corners. Welcome back to Dream Room, the place where design meets emotion and every space tells a story. If you're someone who finds joy in rearranging a tiny bedroom to make it feel bigger, or if your heart skips a beat when sunlight hits your houseplants just right, then this episode is for you. You might be decorating a small apartment, a home office tucked into a corner, or maybe transforming your bathroom into a calm, natural retreat. You're the kind of person who believes that beauty doesn't come from buying more. It comes from creating more with what you already have. Today, we're stepping outside for a moment, into the part of your home that breathes life into every other room, your garden, balcony, or even a few pots by the window. Because what if I told you your outdoor space could grow itself? That nature could do the decorating for you, quietly, gracefully, and for free? Stay with me, because in this story, I'll show you 12 flowers that multiply themselves, turning your garden, or any small green corner, into a living masterpiece that grows richer each season. And before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to Dream Room, your weekly escape into the art of living beautifully, naturally, and meaningfully. 1. The secret rhythm of a self-seeding garden. Every beautiful space, whether it's a tiny balcony or a full backyard, has its own rhythm. And when you learn to move with it, not against it, something magical happens. Nature starts doing half the work for you. That's the secret behind self-seeding gardens, spaces that grow, renew, and design themselves over time. Imagine this: last season's flowers quietly scattering their seeds, resting under a layer of soil, and then months later, pushing through again as if they never left. You don't have to replant, you don't have to rush. You simply let nature take the lead. For anyone who loves decorating with intention, arranging rooms, curating corners, making beauty out of stillness, this way of gardening feels like therapy. The trick is simple. Leave a few faded blooms untouched so they can dry, drop, and start new life. Clear just enough mulch for the seeds to reach soil and breathe. That's it. You're not fighting the seasons, you're partnering with them. It's the same mindset that makes small space living beautiful: patience, trust, and the art of letting things unfold naturally. In a world that never stops, your self-seeding garden will remind you: growth doesn't always need your hands, only your faith. 2. Echinacea, the faithful healer that returns every year. Let's begin with a flower that's both medicine and magic. Echinacea, or coneflower. It's the kind of plant that feels like an old friend, strong, grounded, and quietly generous. Its bold purple petals stand tall through the heat of summer, and when the season ends, it doesn't fade away, it multiplies. Every dried bloom holds 100 tiny seeds, waiting for their moment to begin again. For those of us who love creating balance between beauty and function, between a cozy home and a living garden, Echinacea fits right in. You can plant it in your outdoor bed, a small terrace, or even a large indoor pot by a sunny window. Once it settles in, it takes care of itself. The best part: pollinators adore it. Bees, butterflies, and birds visit daily, filling your small garden with motion and sound, nature's soft soundtrack to your mornings. And here's a simple design secret: dried coneflower heads look stunning in rustic vases or DIY wall arrangements. They're proof that even after the bloom is gone, beauty remains. Echinacea teaches what every great space and every great life needs: strength, patience, and the grace to keep coming back. 3. Alliums, the sculptors of the garden. If Echinacea is the soul of the garden, then alliums are its architects: structured, elegant, and effortlessly artistic. Each bloom rises on a tall, slender stem, crowned with a globe of tiny star-shaped flowers. In a small garden or balcony, these geometric shapes add instant design, almost like nature's own sculpture installation. What makes alliums so special isn't just their beauty, but their independence. Once you plant them, they ask for little: a bit of sun, some well-drained soil, and your quiet admiration. After they bloom, the seed heads remain standing, turning from vivid purple to soft bronze. Leave them there, and nature will handle the rest. The seeds drop, rest through winter, and next year, more blooms appear as if by magic. For anyone who loves minimalist interiors or structured home decor, alliums mirror that same energy outdoors. They create balance: tall forms beside low plants, soft leaves against strong lines. And when dried, their seed heads become stunning natural decor pieces. Hang them from twine, display them on a shelf, or mix them with dried grasses in a vase. Alliums remind us that good design, whether in a home or a garden, begins with simplicity and repetition, beauty that grows quietly on its own. For Liatris, the vertical glow, now meet Liatris, the flower that paints the garden skyward. Sometimes called blazing star or gay feather. It grows like streaks of lavender light, tall, slender spikes rising from the earth, each one glowing as if lit from within. For anyone decorating small spaces, Liatris is the perfect reminder that height is your hidden design tool. Just as a vertical shelf transforms a tiny corner indoors, these flowers draw the eye upward, making your outdoor nook feel more open and alive. Liatris thrives in sunlight and poor soil. It doesn't demand much, yet gives generously. Once its purple blooms fade, the seeds fall quietly to the ground, creating clusters of new plants the next year without you lifting a finger. It's nature's way of rewarding those who trust her process. Style-wise, Liatris pairs beautifully with airy ornamental grasses or soft daisies, bringing texture and rhythm to your garden. Indoors, a few dried spikes in a narrow vase can instantly elevate a minimalist desk or nightstand. Whether you're curating a calm workspace or refreshing your patio, Liatris teaches a design truth we often forget. You don't need more, you just need height, light, and trust in slow, natural growth. 5. Shasta daisy, the optimist flower. If your home and garden had a personality, the Shasta daisy would be its smile, simple, bright, and full of warmth. These classic white blooms with sunny yellow centers are like little bursts of happiness scattered across your space. They don't ask for much, just a bit of sunlight, room to breathe, and the freedom to drop their seeds wherever they wish. By the next season, you'll see tiny new plants appear like joyful surprises. For those who love cozy, lived-in spaces, where imperfections tell stories and beauty feels effortless, daisies are a perfect match. They fit just as well in a rustic backyard bed as they do in a small pot on your balcony or by your front door. Leave a few faded blooms uncut, and nature will do the decorating for you. And here's something charming. Freshly picked daisies in a glass jar can brighten up any small room. Your desk, your bedside table, or even a bathroom shelf. Their cheerfulness has a way of shifting your mood instantly. The Shasta daisy reminds every dreamer of this simple truth. When you let go of control and give things space to bloom, joy always finds its way back, season after season. 6. Garden phlox, the gentle wanderer among all the flowers that find their own way. Garden phlox might be the most graceful. It's the soft dreamer of the garden, drifting gently through the seasons, leaving little splashes of color wherever it pleases. One year, it might bloom by your walkway. The next, it surprises you near your porch or under a window you never thought could host flowers. It's nature's version of creative rearranging, effortless, spontaneous, and always beautiful. Phlox self-seeds quietly, preferring to grow where it feels most at home. For small space decorators, this flower teaches the art of flow, letting your surroundings evolve naturally rather than forcing symmetry. Its blooms come in soothing shades of pink, purple, and white, perfect for those who love soft color palettes and romantic textures. Try planting it beside a seating area or along a small garden path. When the breeze moves through, the air fills with a subtle sweetness, like a whisper of calm. And just like rearranging your living room to feel new again, garden phlox renews your outdoor world each year, proving that true beauty doesn't have to stay in one place. It just has to keep blooming wherever life leads it. 7. Salvia, the pollinator's magnet. If your home feels most alive when there's movement, sunlight shifting, curtains swaying, the hum of life all around, then Salvia is your flower. Its tall spikes of violet blue or deep pink blooms dance gently in the wind, drawing in bees, butterflies, and hummingbirds like magic. Even in the smallest gardens or balcony planters, Salvia turns stillness into life, sound, and color. Salvia is resilient and elegant, thriving where many plants give up. Once you let a few seed heads dry, the wind will scatter them, and next season you'll see new clusters growing on their own. They return like familiar melodies, soft, reliable, comforting. And the best part, deer and rabbits leave them untouched, making them perfect for peaceful, low-maintenance spaces. For anyone who designs with the senses, who loves fragrance, movement, and emotion in every corner, Salvia is a gift. Pair it with lavender or rosemary for an aromatic garden that smells like serenity itself. When you step outside with your morning coffee and see the blooms shimmering in sunlight, you'll feel it, the heartbeat of your garden syncing with your own. Salvia doesn't just grow. It reminds you to stay present, grounded, and gently alive. 8. Rudbeckia, the bold heart of summer, every space needs a little confidence, that pop of color that wakes everything up. In the garden, that role belongs to Rudbeckia, also known as black-eyed Susan. With golden petals that glow like sunlight itself, these flowers bring energy, optimism, and warmth to any corner they touch. They're the extroverts of the plant world, bold, self-assured, and endlessly generous. Once you grow them, they take the lead. Each dried bloom drops dozens of seeds, scattering themselves across the soil. By next summer, new bursts of yellow appear in unexpected spots, around your pathway, near your fence, or beside other blooms that need a little contrast. And if your space is small, even one pot of Rudbeckia can transform a dull balcony into a radiant sanctuary. For those who love modern rustic design, think natural textures, warm tones, and that sunlit feeling, Rudbeckia fits beautifully. Pair them with white daisies or ornamental grasses for a balanced, cottage-inspired look. They remind us of courage, of standing tall even after the season turns. In life and in design, Rudbeckia whispers the same message: be bright, be bold, and keep blooming no matter where you're planted. 9. Balloon flower, the hidden playful spirit. Some plants bring elegance, others bring joy. Balloon flower, or platycodon, brings both, and a little magic too. Before it blooms, its buds puff up like tiny balloons, then open into star-shaped flowers in shades of violet, pink, or white. Watching that moment, the soft pop of life unfolding, feels like a small celebration every time. It's nature reminding us that beauty can also be playful. For those who love designing cozy, creative spaces, maybe you have a reading nook filled with plants or a small balcony filled with handmade pots. Balloon flowers fit right in. They bring a whimsical charm that softens any modern or minimalist layout. And when they self-seed, they do so quietly, reappearing where you least expect them: a corner planter, a gap between stones, or near last year's blooms. They love sunlight but forgive a bit of shade, making them perfect for unpredictable spaces. Indoors, dried balloon flowers add texture to vases or wall art. Their star shapes a reminder of curiosity and wonder. Like rearranging a room just to see how it feels, balloon flowers invite you to look again, to rediscover joy in small, surprising places. 10. Penstemon, the echo of elegance. There's a certain kind of beauty that doesn't shout, it whispers. Penstemon, often called beard tongue, is that quiet voice in your garden. Its tall stems sway with clusters of bell-shaped flowers, their soft tones of lavender, coral, or white adding a gentle touch of grace to any space. It's not demanding, not flashy, just quietly confident, much like the kind of person who finds peace in small acts of creation. Penstemon thrives in sunlight and well-drained soil, and once it settles in, it begins to reseed on its own. Each dried seed pod becomes a small capsule of promise. If you leave them to dry, they'll crack open and let next year's flowers find their own rhythm. For anyone who loves thoughtful design, this plant teaches a lesson in restraint. Sometimes, the most beautiful things happen when we stop trying too hard. Its dried stems look lovely in natural home decor, placed in a ceramic vase, tied with twine, or arranged beside candles. The texture adds quiet sophistication to any room. In design, as in gardening, Penstemon reminds us that elegance isn't about perfection, it's about presence, the kind that grows slowly, naturally, and beautifully with time. 11. Rose Campion, the silver rebel. If most flowers in your garden are graceful dancers, Rose Campion is the artist, a little wild, a little unpredictable, but always stunning. Its silvery, velvety leaves catch the light like brushed metal, while the magenta blooms burst with confident color. It's the plant that refuses to blend in, and that's exactly why it deserves a place in your space. At first, many gardeners worry when they see how freely it spreads. Its seeds scatter everywhere, popping up in paths, between stones, even beside garden furniture. But soon, you learn that's part of its charm. It designs the garden for you, creating natural arrangements that feel organic, not overplanned. For people who decorate with creativity, those who mix wood, stone, linen, and handmade textures, Rose Campion mirrors your spirit, imperfect, expressive, and deeply personal. Leave a few seed heads after bloom, and they'll gift you new plants each year without effort. Indoors, the soft gray foliage pairs beautifully with neutral palettes. A sprig of Rose Campion in a minimalist vase can elevate an entire shelf. It's a living reminder that real beauty often lives in freedom, not control, and that a touch of wildness makes every design feel alive. 12. Lady's mantle and columbine, the shy companions of shade. Not every flower craves the spotlight. Some prefer to glow quietly in the calm of dappled light. Like lady's mantle and columbine, the understated pair that thrive where others fade. Lady's mantle, with its round, velvety leaves, gathers raindrops like jewels after every shower. Columbine, on the other hand, rises gracefully with delicate, star-shaped blooms that sway gently in the breeze. Together, they turn shady corners, patios, or north-facing windows into hidden sanctuaries of calm. For those who live in apartments or homes with limited sunlight, these plants are a gift. They prove that you don't need the perfect conditions to create beauty, just the right companions. Once established, both will self-seed quietly, filling your space with soft greens and surprise color each year. Their leaves and blossoms also inspire creative projects. Press them for framed wall art, or use them to decorate handmade candles and notebooks. They remind every dreamer and home designer of this truth. Light doesn't have to be bright to be beautiful. Sometimes the most peaceful, inspiring corners are born from the shadows, places where gentleness and patience quietly bloom. The joy of effortless abundance. Let nature design with you, and there you have it. 12 flowers that don't just bloom, they build a story with you. Each one a reminder that beauty doesn't come from control, but from trust, trusting nature to collaborate with your creativity. Whether you're decorating a small balcony, styling a home office with potted greens, or turning your backyard into a peaceful retreat, these self-seeding perennials are proof that elegance can be effortless. They grow, return, and rearrange themselves just like life does, sometimes quietly, sometimes boldly, always beautifully. You don't have to chase perfection. You just have to give space for growth. Maybe that's what every designer, dreamer, and homemaker truly seeks: harmony, where nature and imagination meet. So tell me in the comments below, which of these flowers will you invite into your space first? I'd love to hear how you're shaping your little world of calm and color. And if this story inspired you to see your home and your garden as living, evolving art, make sure to subscribe to Dream Room for more weekly ideas on design, simplicity, and soulful living. Until next time, keep creating beauty, one bloom at a time.